Welcome back, guys, to the FC24 Road to Glory for Crystal Palace. As you can see, we won everything. We literally won everything. Welcome to the live. Don't forget to share comments down below, engage. This is going to be part one as we start a new season. Obviously, the board looking forward to us to continuing our great work. You know, we won the treble last season. This is how we're going to try and cement our position more. So I've identified a few players like Timber, Colbell, Bianchi, and also Wahi as well. You know, at the back of the great season that we had, the likes of Edward, Henderson, they all came through to the office, you know, and they pretty much mentioned that they are looking for a new change, looking to start a new challenge in their career. So that's what prompted, you know, going out looking for these new players. If I had my way, I would have all these players retire with us, but they're looking for a new challenge. So first thing that we did was to try and get Colbell under wraps. He's a top goalkeeper from Borussia Dortmund, and funnily enough, they already have a young goalkeeper coming through the ranks that they just bought last season as well. So, you know, Colbell can easily take Henderson out. He has better diving, better handling, kicking is way better, 99 compared to 77. Reflexes just one below, and a heap of other stats that are, if not even, probably better than Henderson. So it's going to be interesting to see him. So we also got Wahi as well. This is off the back of Edward. Edward came to the office end of last season, said that he's won everything and he wants a new challenge. So, you know, we're not going to hold him. We have a lot of money coming in, so we went out, bought Wahi, and he looks like he's going to be some player. He has the pace, shooting, dribbling. He looks like he's going to be a great player. Probably not as physical as Edward, but he can definitely bring his striking attributes to the squad to make us better. So I tried to get Timber, and unfortunately, yeah, so that means we're gonna have to try and make some sales. And we ran through our budget so quick already. So a team came in for Henderson. Like I mentioned, he already came in, handed in his transfer request. So Roma came with 24 million. So Dean Henderson, thank you for everything that you've done. You're a fantastic player, helped us to get to where we are. So many highlights with Henderson. He literally helped us so much, and we have Guerrero and Gonzalez coming through as well from a goalkeeping perspective, and then we just signed Colbell, who's going to be our starting goalkeeper. So, you know, starting afresh, we have all these players come back from loan. It's going to be interesting to see how they develop. Some will be sold, some will be loaned, some will stay. And this is Colbell's first day at Selhurst Park. Eberici Eze greeting him. He's getting all the spuds and everything, going through the paces. You know, I'm sure he'll be fine from a physical and fitness perspective. Decore also coming through. Those are our two top players. Eze came to me also in the off season, and he mentioned that, you know, he's won everything. He's the best player. However, he is willing to stay if we strengthen the side further. So this is what's also prompted towards spending the money that we actually have. You know, 3 seasons gone, usually we don't spend the money that we have, we just keep it on. So Atletico Madrid came in for Edward, 65 million pounds. Probably could have squeezed a bit more for him. However, seeing as he wanted to leave, I just accepted this offer. I tried to negotiate a couple million more, you know, just so, you know, I can, I guess, treat the missus to a nice holiday. But yeah, it's gonna be the end of a great journey. But as you guys saw at the end of last season and during last season, Edward was starting to miss some easy chances. So not putting no blame, he's also done a fantastic job. He's the current leader for the Premier League goal scoring charts in history as well. I think he has like 38 goals or 40 goals, I can't remember, but it's a mad stat. We also had Ortiz, who was on loan at Arsenal last season, but he's come back into the fold, and he's going to be centre midfielder that we tried to bring in place for Decore. So I definitely have faith in him. Developing well. He's only 19 currently. And then we also have Amos. He looks good from a agility perspective, but him and Santos, their attacking potential, no, their attacking position, sorry, isn't the best, you know. So I probably move these two guys on. From an agility and speed perspective, they look decent, but they're lacking from being a rounded player. We have these two Brazilian strikers that were on loan last season, Lopez and Silva. We already have Cruz part of the first team squad, and he benefited greatly last season. Lopez looks like he's the better of the two out of Silva and himself. But I'm going to keep them during pre-season, and then I guess assess how they develop. But Lopez looks like he's going to be quite a good player. He has strong attacking positions, good shooting, quite physical. Not as good as Cruz yet, but I have high hopes for Lopez. He was same rating as Silva at the start of last season, but looking at him now, he's actually got 3 ratings higher. So while he put him on a target player, trying to increase his physicality, he's already a beast when you look at his stats from finishing to speed, right? Already a beast. Looking at our objectives, some youth development oriented ones, some youth oriented ones, which I think we can do. Those ones aren't the hard ones, to be honest. I don't really mind focusing on youth. Get 10 wins in away matches this season. That's all good. We're a good team. We usually try to go for the win anyways. Sign one crucial first team player. See, I wish that came after we signed Wahi, because we put the bid in for Wahi at the end of last season, and this has come now. So seeing as you know what, I could just sign any player and get that sorted, to be honest. Within 2 seasons, increase your club worth by 15% through player sales. We've been selling players, which is fine. I think that's fine for 2 years, so we can definitely do more. And we literally have to win everything. Wow, we literally have to win everything. It's expected. When you think about it, we've won the treble last season, so yeah, we literally have to win everything. Bayern Munich came in for Bowie. He's still a crucial aspect of the team. He's not transfer listed or anything. He hasn't said anything that he wants to leave. But if they come in with a great offer, I have no qualms, moving him on. It is a realistic transfer, I guess, because he's there in real life, right? So Bowie could potentially go to Bayern Munich if they come back in for him. Ahamada, Real Betis came in. I accepted this offer because we have Ortiz coming through, and we also have a couple other youngsters, and Ahamada could probably benefit from the more game time. Now, this Mercado guy, he's been on the shortlist for a while. He looks like a very strong DM. If you remember, we trained Eric Sanchez to be a defensive midfielder, and I was thinking, we can wean in any other defensive midfielders behind Danilo and Eric Sanchez. Funnily enough, when I tried to get this guy, they actually counter-offered with a more appealing option. Look at that right there. So they want Eric Sanchez. We're not really pressed for money. We have a lot of cash. And I just went ahead and accepted that, to be honest, So Mercado comes in, who's a younger, more suited player to the defensive midfield position. And we're going to lose Eric Sanchez, who, is pretty much, a top defensive midfielder. As you saw, we also sold Ortiz for 1.3 million, who was the other defensive midfielder that we bought from Argentina. And we say goodbye to Odsonne Edouard. Fantastic player. Did what he had to do. Fantastic leader, leading all the scoring charts. But he's now gone on for a new challenge in the La Liga at Atletico Madrid. Edouard, thanks for all your hard work and your determination, but we have to move forward as well. So we also sold Hugo Santos, as you remember, with Amos. He was the winger. That isn't rounded enough, I guess, but we have good squad depth, so it doesn't really matter too much. And we had our offer accepted for Mercado, and he's also accepted our contract offer. So welcome, Mercado, to Crystal Palace. We look forward to welcoming you. We look forward to seeing how you grow and develop with the side. He's also Brazilian, so there's that link there with Danilo as well. So there's that opportunity for him to hit the ground running, because we also have Franca, Guerrero and Cruz. So we're actually growing a nice Brazil contingent at Crystal Palace. But Mercado, welcome to the Eagles. Eric Sanchez, thank you for your hard work and determination. He definitely helped us to from a squad depth perspective, and Eric Sanchez, thank you. And if you see at the top right there, we've signed one of the players that we needed that was beneath 20 years old. So we're on our way from that objectives perspective. Moreno, who is another young Colombian attacking midfielder, who in my mind I'm trying to mold to be our new Eze when that time comes. So a 2-year loan was agreed with him to go to Everton. Everton did really well for us in developing Bruno Gomez, who you will know is our winger. And then we also gave Mensah a new contract at right back, just in case the Bowie situation, changes as well. So also gave a new contract to Charles Adams. And these are players that we scouted and have come through the youth academy and the youth ranks over the last couple of years or so. So it's always nice to see the new blood come in and get new contracts, develop well, and see how not only where they fit in, but how they can contribute to the wider development and wider growth of the Crystal Palace side. I don't know who that was. I was walking into the restaurant. Can't you see we're busy? So yeah, Cruz came, and we also negotiated a new contract for Diego Lopez. I think Lopez is the better of those two young Brazilian strikers as well. And we say goodbye to a young defender that came through the ranks, Daniel Martinelli, for 2 years. It's going to be interesting to see how he develops, as we were looking for our new Maldinis, our new Mesters, our new Nesters, and just do it from there. So we now have enough money to go in for Timber again. So Arsenal had him there for 40 mil. I can imagine they don't want to let him go. However, we offer 46 million straight off the bat, and it's funny that they accepted straight away. Usually I try to negotiate a bit, but they accepted the Timber money straight away. Yeah, we'll take it. He's a crucial player. Ahamada left to Real Betis, and Pedro Moreno has continued his development at Everton for 12 months. Hopefully he has the same impact as Bruno Gomez, who grew massively whilst he was at Everton. And yeah, Pedro Moreno comes back as a top player, potentially challenging Eberechi Eze for the centre attacking midfield position. So we had Urian Timber come in, offered him a great contract, and it looks like he is going to be the partner to Mark Guehi at the back. Guehi, just like Eze, came and said, his options are open. However, if we bolster the squad, he's willing to stay with us. So Urian Timber joins the Eagles, and we look forward to seeing him and how he develops. He's a great little player. I mean, strong, technical, can tackle, good passing, got good speed as well. It's going to be very interesting to see how he, what he brings to the team, and how he can take us to the next level. Because one thing that you guys already know is that we concede goals, we lead goals, we score, but my days, we concede so many goals. Obafemi John, another youngster, has also gone. Liverpool came for Raxaquinho. Reject. Raxaquinho is a underrated legend at the club already. Underrated club. So we actually sold Charles Silva. We've already gave new contracts to Cruz and Lopez, so it kind of makes him surplus the requirements. So he's gone for 4 million, which isn't bad. West Ham came for 150 million pounds for Gomez. 150 million pounds. Wow. It crossed my mind. I wanted to sell, but you can't. This guy he's already he's a legend in making. He's not there yet, but he's a legend in making. Wow. Whew. And that's the guy I was talking about. I went to Everton 2 years ago. So we sold Chow and also Amos and Bangura as well. These are all, I guess, youth players that weren't going to make the cut. We accept the most money possible. You have to. Why not? You know, we are the champions of the world. We have to keep on challenging ourselves. A player came in for Richards. A team came in for Richards, sorry. We sold him for 9 million. You know, we have Timber and we have Bayer and we also have Charles Adams in the cut, waiting to develop and show what he can do. So, you know, we're kind of stacked from a centre-back position. Richards filled in very well when we let Joachim Anderson go. And look at this young player that we have coming through the youth ranking as well. Ian Milligan, he's still in the youth academy, but he is looking at some player at 17 years of age. Like, from a defensive perspective, stand tackles there, defensive awareness is there, interceptions is there, stamina, he's physical, he looks like he has it all, right? It's going to be very interesting to see how he develops and how we can definitely bring him in. And we have a couple of the players that have high potential, like Charles Warren, Jude Briggs, and just from a centre-back, defensive type of position for these players. So, you know, the future is looking bright. We're building not only for the seasons that have passed, but also for the future. We're trying to, even if I, you know, don't make it beyond this season, because we literally have to, you know, repeat the feat that we did this season, which is win everything. We didn't win the Carabao Cup. The next manager will be well placed in order with a good crop of starting players and a good crop of youth players as well. Looks good. So looking at Cobell, sorting out his training, like I said, he's, you know, comparable to Anderson, better in some ways when it comes to positioning, kicking, and also his diving was a bit better. Henderson was a little bit better from a reflex perspective, but I'm chuffed with that signing, and he's developing. Henderson had actually slowed down slightly. And this is one of the young keepers that we have in the cut waiting, Guerrero, who actually pulled off some great saves last season, and he's developing pretty well. And we have Gonzalez, who is out on loan. And as you can see, Gonzalez and Guerrero, they're very similar. Funnily enough, last season, Gonzalez was actually in the high 60s. So he's already boosting up and already going up, and he has footwork and rushing out player trait. So it's going to be very good, very interesting to see how he develops this in the coming season, now that he's out on loan and getting a lot of more play time. Charles Adams, after he had a new contract, sorted out his training schedule as well to continue his development with the side. I put him on a balance, I think. Just to make him a bit more rounded and make sure that everything gets hit. Mercado as well, you know, he has the good, look, his standing tackles 83, strength 81. You know, as a defensive midfielder, interceptions could do better, reactions could do better. He's already pretty quick for a defensive midfielder in terms of speed and agility. So I'm looking for, you know, he's going to be a great player to develop behind Danilo and Diogo Lopez, who we also just gave a new contract. So yeah, things are looking really, really good for us. Like I mentioned, this is going to be part 1 of the pre-season episodes. I hope you enjoyed it. What do you think about the players that we've given new contracts to? What do you think about our new signings? Let me know down below your thoughts. Also, let me know down below if you think Bowie should be given an opportunity to leave, because we know we do have Mensah, and we could, I guess, in theory, try to bring in another right back. But yeah, from the next episode, we also going to incorporate the friendly competition that we entered. And yeah, that's episode 1, guys. Well, I say episode 1, that's part 1 of the pre-season of our new season. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.